Rain dripped steadily against the tall windows of Sterling and Lowe accounting firm, a soft percussion that echoed through the empty office. It was almost midnight, but Evelyn Hart, the firm's most dedicated accountant, was still there, eyes burning from spreadsheets and financial statements. Evelyn was known for her precision. Numbers were her truth. They didn't lie. At least, that's what she had always believed. But tonight, something wasn't adding up. She noticed an unfamiliar transaction buried deep in the company's archives. A silent movement of $250,000 from a client's trust fund to a private offshore account. The name attached to it made her chest tighten. Daniel Lowe, her business partner, her friend, and the man who had promised her they'd build something honest together. Evelyn leaned back in her chair, her reflection faint in the glass. No, she whispered to herself. Daniel wouldn't do that. But the numbers didn't care about friendship. The numbers told their own story. The next morning, Daniel walked into the office with his usual charm. Perfect hair, perfect smile, the kind that could close million-dollar deals. Evie, he greeted, dropping a latte on her desk. You look like you didn't sleep. She forced a smile. Just reviewing some year-end numbers. Ah, my favorite part, he said with a wink, before heading into his glass-walled office. Evelyn watched him through the glass. The man she once admired for his ambition now looked like a stranger. That night, she stayed again. Alone, silent, digging deeper. By 2 a.m., she found everything. Shell companies, forged invoices, phantom suppliers. He'd been bleeding clients for years, moving money into hidden accounts under fake business names. And yet, he still showed up every day, acting like the city's most trustworthy accountant. It wasn't just betrayal. It was a masterpiece of deceit. Over the following week, Evelyn pretended everything was normal. But inside, she was planning. She didn't want to go to the police. Not yet. She wanted justice, not headlines. She started a secret folder called The Ledger. Inside it, she documented every transaction Daniel had forged, every client he'd manipulated. She built digital traps in their accounting system, so when he tried to access his safe accounts again, the trail would point directly to him. And then she waited. 3 weeks later, Evelyn invited Daniel to dinner at a quiet rooftop restaurant overlooking Manhattan. The kind of place where business deals turned into betrayals. She looked stunning. Black dress, hair tied back, calm as glass. He, on the other hand, was relaxed, confident, and completely unaware. "Daniel," she said, raising her glass, "to 7 years of partnership." He smiled. to the future. Her lips curved faintly. Yes, the future. Later that night, when Daniel returned home, his phone buzzed with an email titled, "The Ledger, your final audit." When he opened it, a secure link led to a live video feed, Evelyn's calm voice playing over the footage. "You stole from people who trusted you! You stole from me! I've uploaded every file to federal investigators, clients, and the press. But I wanted you to see first how it feels to lose control." On his screen, the firm's accounts started draining, the same way he'd done to others. Every fake account, every hidden fund zeroed out. Evelyn had rerouted everything back to the victims. Daniel froze. His empire was collapsing in real time. He called her number straight to voicemail. Then a message appeared at the bottom of the video feed. "Justice isn't always legal, Daniel. Sometimes it's personal." The next morning, Sterling and Lowe was trending across every news network in New York. Accounting firm fraud exposed. Insider leaks documents. Evelyn walked into the office as calmly as if nothing had happened. The police were already there. Daniel was being led out in handcuffs, his face pale, jaw trembling. As their eyes met, he whispered, "You ruined me." Evelyn leaned closer, her voice steady. "No, Daniel, you did that yourself." But Evelyn wasn't done. Weeks later, the media hailed her as a whistleblower, the woman who exposed corporate fraud. She was offered interviews, awards, job offers from every major firm. But she didn't take any. Instead, she opened a small private office in Brooklyn, her own firm. No partners, no investors, just her name, Evelyn Hart Accounting. Her first client walked in timidly, an elderly widow who'd been defrauded by a previous accountant. Evelyn smiled gently and said, "Let's start by finding the truth in the numbers." Months passed. The city forgot Daniel Lowe. He served time in federal prison, his once polished reputation shattered. But every year, on the anniversary of his arrest, Evelyn would receive a letter with no return address, always blank except for one line: "The numbers never lie." She'd burn the letter each time and whisper, "Neither do I." Then one day, a new client walked into her office, Laura Jameson, a young woman claiming her company had been audited unfairly by federal authorities. Evelyn started reviewing her case and froze. The files, the structure, the signatures. They were the same kind Daniel used to fake years ago. Except this time, the company was registered under a new name. And the trail led back to Daniel's brother, Marcus Lowe. Her heart raced. The past wasn't over. It had just found a new, Accountant. Evelyn closed the file slowly, her reflection catching the light of her monitor. Ledger of lies, she whispered again. Round 2.